we're going to also pick from the stories that have been analyzed from the front pages of our dailies. You've listened to Fᴜᴜ analyze. Do you agree with his analysis? Do you think there's something he should have added? Do you think that there's some opinions that you don't agree with? And tell us why you don't agree. Or maybe there's an angle you believe we missed and you like to bring it to the fore so that others can also analyze it. You have the opportunity to do any of what I just listed, but you have to focus primarily on the two stories that have been selected as the focus of the morning. I'm Sage Babalola. Before I bring on Fᴜᴜ to sort of solidify the point he made early in the day, I would like to tell you that this segment is also being streamed live on Facebook and on YouTube. So please, you can join the live stream for Mainland Focus. And also, most importantly, you can use the live chat option, right, to comment on what is going on in the studio. That means you can tell us your perspective via the live chat option. You can type it in there and I'll read that particular message. You can also listen via Radio Garden at Mainland 98.3 FM, and you can listen via the website www.mainlandfm.com. Now, before we talk about the two stories for discuss, earlier we did not have the time to analyze this particular story, but it's very, very important, and that is why we decided to spend at least the next 5 minutes talking about this. The Punch today, well, most of the papers reported, we have enough fuel to meet Nigeria's need, says Dangote Refinery. Now, the president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, revealed that the Dangote Petroleum Refinery currently has over 500 million litres of petrol in its reservoir. He also said that the refinery now produces enough fuel for local consumption and export. Dangote spoke during a tour of the $20 billion Lekki-based facility with Zimbabwe Minister for Energy, Makozo Chikote, on Saturday. Now, in his address during the tour, Dangote said that the refinery currently has 600 billion naira worth of stock in its tank farm. He said the plant would reach a 650,000 barrels per day full production capacity next month, adding that Nigeria cannot consume up to 50% of its refined product. He says we can billion naira worth of 100% of Nigeria's here from Fᴜᴜ conversations around to satisfy the new refinery, the Port Harcourt refinery. They are collecting to import. But here is Dangote, who is very confidently stating that they have millions of liters available, and in fact all the products that they have can meet 100% of Nigeria's need. I believe enough, and when I say need, the individuals who continue to benefit from this imported supply and the pricing of
was reported that the NNDPRA puts our daily consumption of TMS, particularly I think about 50 million liters.
Yeah.
That's the new figure we're dealing with. But let us even say we are working with that questionable, or let us say we accept it. What is Dangote telling me? Because I think what Dangote does strategically now, whenever they make a false statement, he brings in a guest to come and see his facility, and he uses the opportunity
to debunk it,
to address, to just debunk those lies.
Right.
You know, they've done several that he has debunked.
Yeah.
Now, when they said his fuel was not of good quality,
yeah,
he brought in people
to
and showed them his laboratory.
Yes.
And he said, look, tell them to show us their own laboratory, and they've not been able to do that. Now, Dangote is telling us that, look, my refinery is able to produce about 104 million liters of different petroleum products per day.
Yeah.
And out of that 104 million liters per day, it's able to do 57 million liters of petrol every day. So 20 million liters of what? 37 million liters of diesel it can do per day. So if it's able to do 57 million, because the major contentious issue here, say, is TMS.
Yes.
Now, if it's able to do 57 million liters per day, and the NNPC has told us that Port Harcourt refinery is working, say, and Warri is working, let us even say both of them can do 10 million liters per day. So, where is the argument coming from that all the refineries in Nigeria cannot meet our domestic needs? And if they think that Dangote is lying, why not go to verify? Go check his reservoir. The man is telling you that the next 1 month that it's going to be on 100% capacity.
Fᴜᴜ says he has 500 million liters of petrol currently in his tank farm.
Yeah. And look, the man is even telling you that there's no refinery currently in the world,
yes,
or in Europe, that can produce the quality of fuel it's producing.
Refineries are shutting
And he told
down.
you that he said some of them are even shutting down their refinery.
Right.
And look, there are reports to confirm that the guy is even moving his product, say, to different parts of the world. They are taking his product in Europe, even in Saudi Arabia, how to buy it at A1. So if the man is lying, The facts are there that his products are even being received in Europe. Different countries from Africa are coming to buy from him. But here we have the facility here in Nigeria, and our own people are still telling us that no, we cannot meet our local demand, so we must continue to import because of energy security. We cannot allow for a monopoly. Who is saying they should allow for a monopoly? What we are saying is that, look, you can create a competition by ensuring that your local refineries are working to compete with Dangote. You can't be using importation to compete with local production. That's what we are saying. And when are we going to end the importation of refined petroleum products into the country? That is one question these guys have not been able to answer. They will come now and start to insult all of us, as if we don't have common sense. So it's not about energy security or the fight against monopoly. These guys are deliberate, are determined to ensure that, look, petroleum products are continually imported into this country. They know what they are doing. The man is telling you that, there was a time that Dᴏɪr even said that, look, did you guys bring your truck into my facility and I say there's no fuel? So where are you coming? Where is the conclusion coming from? That you can't meet our local needs. You put the figure down at 50 million. The man said you can do 57 million liters every day. And you have said that Port Harcourt is working. Warri is working. And the other smaller refineries too. So where is that argument coming from that we cannot meet our local demands? In fact, what they said is that, look, they are now doing about 25 million liters importation per day. So who are they deceiving? That is why you can see that Dangote has left them with their nonsense. Instead, they have concentrated on taking his product out to people who are serious, who need his product. Food where they cannot give. The guy goes to different parts of the world to bring in his food. Refined product buy locally, they cannot buy. They have to continue to import. And then when somebody does a review that their fuel is of lower quality, they begin to threaten everybody. Who do they think they are threatening? When we already know that there's a fraudulent intention to continue to import petroleum products into this country. It creates national interest.
Fuad, thank you very much. Well, let's get your comments on the two stories that we actually have earmarked for analysis today on Mainland Focus. We're talking about the situation in Osun State and also the reaction that have trailed the book launch of former military president Babangida. Let's just get your comment on that briefly so we can open the phone lines.
Well, Osun State, again, like I said earlier in the morning, we just have to beg our politicians not to set this country on fire. These things start small, little by little. Sheyimakide was talking about the old wild west. That was a crisis, I think, that engulfed the Second Republic. It started like a joke. It started like a joke. And we are saying again that, look, this sustenance of the Fourth Republic, democratic experiment, is coming as a result of the tolerance of a lot of Nigerians. It's not as if the politicians have behaved themselves, I must tell you. But a lot of lessons have been learned. And maybe because a lot of Nigerians saw what we have to go through in the hands of IBB and Abacha to get this democracy. So they continue to tolerate the shenanigans and misbehavior of our politicians. But for everything they do, you can see that, look, they are actually joking and faffing around with our democratic experiment. Osun is a constitutional crisis that can still be resolved at the courts. Let every dissatisfied member please maintain the peace in Osun State, go back to the court for further interpretation of all those judgments and the current position we have. You can see the way we are also messing up with the judiciary. See, judgments flying right, left, and center. Everybody now seems to know where to shop for judgment. If you need a judgment, you know where to go to. You can see the joke, the ill joke we've created around our judiciary. The federal high court to say something, the appeal court to nullify it, another lower court to say something else, and then you begin to argue about jurisdiction or no jurisdiction. We are actually fussing around with our democratic experiment. We have not learned any lesson. So we just have to beg our politicians, because at the end of the day, these interpretations are subject to all manner of things. At the end of the day, let our people be more responsible with this experiment, go back to the court for further interpretation, and ensure that, look, we maintain the peace in that state. We've lost about 8 people needlessly on this same crisis. And so I don't waste further time on this the issue of the book. Again, said that book, in my own opinion, is a compilation of lies. The only truth I found in the book so far that I've read is the story of his life, how he grew up, the school he went to, how he joined the army. All the other accounts about Delegua's death, about announcement of June 12th, and every other thing are just lies and complete lies. And that's my own honest opinion about the book. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Fuad. We appreciate you for your insight. Well, just like you've heard Fuad say, we have two major issues to address this morning on Mainland Focus. First of all, we're talking about the situation in Osun State, the local government election that held, with the PDP taking the winning in all the 30 local government areas and all the 334 LCDAs in that particular state. And so we're having a conversation around the controversy that has followed that particular victory of the PDP. The APC also deciding that they want to they're questioning the legitimacy of that particular election. We know that Osun State at the moment, there's been some sort of discord between the APC and the PDP, especially with court rulings, subsisting court rulings and the interpretation of these rulings. I played you a soundbite earlier in the day. I'll play it for you again before we start taking phone calls. The position of the APC, the position of the PDP regarding the legitimacy of that particular election. And most importantly, there's been a lot of questions around the separation of duties between the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, the separation of that office so that there's no clash of interest, because if you are representing the people, then you should not be seen as the legal representation of the federal government. What you should be is the one that interprets the separation of duties between the AGF and the Minister of Justice. There's also been conversations around the fact that just because local government have autonomy now, that the governors have to remove their hands completely from the operations of the local government, because many have said Governor Adeleke is too enmeshed in this local government election. They have autonomy. Why are you so in that the governor would have to relinquish his oversight function? There's also conversation around the influence of the federal. Why is the executive so concerned? Why is the center, why is the federal so concerned about what goes on within the local government? Leave them alone to decide how they want to run their affairs. Yes, they will give you reports, but you do not make decision on their behalf. And finally, there's a conversation around voter apathy and the decision of the APC to withdraw from the election. Their non-participation, does that mean or does that invalidate the local government election that happens in Osun State? The PDP stalwart is saying you made a decision not to participate, and that is your business. If you say people did not come out to vote, the people that did come out to vote have made a decision, and they've chosen PDP as the party that they want to take care of their local government activities. These are the four issues that we're raising, and we're throwing that question to you. What are your thoughts? And finally, we're taking reactions following the book launch of former military leader IBB. A lot of revelations regarding there's been questions, first of all, regarding the annulment of the 1993 election, the one that saw MKO Abiola lose his mandate, so to speak. There's been a lot of questions, especially with IBB saying, well, I did not annul that election. It happened without my knowledge. And if I did not annul that election, chances are MKO Abiola himself would not have not been safe. Chances are I myself would not have survived the aftermath if I did not annul that election. I annulled it because of the safety and sanity of the country. There's also been conversations around the assassination of Dele Giwa. IBB says his administration knew nothing about that assassination, a claim that many activists do not necessarily believe to be true. We want to hear your perspective on that again. There's been conversations around the oil well, the sale and the contracts that happened under his administration. Many said you sold it to your friends and your cronies, and we're still suffering the consequences of that decision that you made during your tenure. There are also some groups who believe that he should still be punished for all the things that happened under his administration, with the Igbos asking for an apology and 10 trillion naira, because they have been, since time immemorial, for decades, accused of leading the coup that happened, a coup that led to numerous deaths and instability in the country, and they believe that is why the Igbos are still marginalized. Forgive me for taking so much time, but we'll still take a little bit more time so you can listen to that soundbite and give us your opinion on these two issues that we've raised. And now I'll play you the soundbite from the exchange that happened between Segun Showomi of the PDP and Adedeji Adebayo of the APC regarding the Osun State election. Please take a listen.
The imagination of the IG and his intelligence that said Armageddon will break off is one of the reasons why you should know that he didn't get it right, because after all, the election has taken place and there was no Armageddon. So what security threat was he imagining, except for the one they were going to orchestrate with their APC party that they are supporting? Then, more importantly, I've just told you, this Osun case office of the Attorney General from that of the Minister of Justice, because it is not correct and it is not right and it is not the intention of judiciary that the Attorney General of the Federation, who is supposed to be Attorney General of all, will, as has happened in the case of Osun, now suddenly become the law officer, the defender, the proposer, the enabler of one side. So if we decide that, okay, the lessons we want to learn from Osun, we're going to split the office into two, get an Attorney General for the Federation, and the President can have his Minister of Justice who will be doing his own bidding. That's the best way, because how else could we, if not for bravery and courage, what did you expect the governor in the state to do? He's the chief security of that power, our constitution. Should the IG have gone there and removed all the security? What if Adeleke had not been running a peaceful, melodic state? What happened if it was one of those places in the south or some of those locations where the free nerves can easily blow up? Who would be responsible? His duty was to provide cover for them, and it is within the right and the responsibility of the state to conduct his local government election. Ordinarily, the idea of federalism does not really put the hand of the federal government over the state to go to the local government. That's not the intention. If you are going to be reforming society as a federating system, you must slowly but gradually be relinquishing the powers to the subnational. That's their responsibility. Luckily, you have written a law now, a judgment that comes from the Supreme Court that has allowed the of the state, the governor and his people and their laws and their statutes to run.
Let me start like this. What happened in Osun State today is a mockery of our democratic exercise and process. It's a mockery of the constitutionality of Nigeria. It is a mockery of the rule of law. It is an affront on the Constitution of Nigeria that is capable of leading to anarchy and chaos. Before today's events in Osun State, there have been a lot of issues that actually got the intervention of the Inspector General of Police and the Attorney General of the Federation. This will be the first time in my adult life anyway. This will be the first time that in Osun State particularly, where I come from, a state government will defer such important and friendly adversaries from chief police officer in the country. Let me now take you back to what happened in Osun State today. There was nothing like an election in Osun State. First of all, I want to salute the doggedness, the resoluteness of the people of Osun State. They stood for rule of law, they stood for equity. They identify with the Court of Appeal judgment, and they stay away from the charade, the sham, the shenanigan that the government of Osun elevated today, conducted today. If you check everywhere, I came from Osun today. I left Osun State around 5 o'clock today, and we monitor elections across the state, particularly in Ilesha, where I come from. We monitored the election in Oshogbo. We monitored the election in Irewolle. Nothing happened there. In some areas, pockets of area, particularly in Ede, where the governor comes from, it was a rehash of what happened in July 2022 when people voted without accreditation. I've listened to Governor Adeleke speak there, and I could tell you from what we have seen, Governor Adeleke voted in that election without any accreditation. Without any accreditation, he just went they gave him the ballot paper and he went to vote. Printed ballot papers. We did not participate in the election, and we made this known to the whole world. We withdrew from that election in view of the Court of Appeal judgment, saying that there was no vacancy at the council level. So it was on the basis of this that we did not participate in this election, and we wrote a letter to the OSEC, the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission, that we will not be participating in the election in view of the development coming from the Court of Appeal. There is no vacancy at the council level. Okay. Our chairman and councillors that have been reinstated to office have since resumed to office. So no basis for any election.
If you have said
they only declare their members as the winners.
To participate, that would be a different thing. If you had sent your agent, then your agent would have said, okay.
Fᴜᴜᴜ,
yes, sir.
People of Osun will be,
all right, gentlemen.
People of Osun will be laughing at you.
Okay. Gentlemen,
the position you are taking this evening.
Oh,
gentlemen,
really?
if I may come in.
Come and take the position of APC when I'm a PDP man, you're funny. The question I'm asking you is that were your agents there? You had a duty to send your agents there. You had a duty to mobilize your supporters. So how did you know?
There was no reason for any
okay,
election.
if I may come in here. If I may come in here, just a moment,
that does not mean that you will be
gentlemen.
Lies on the national. You told lies on the national TV.
091360000410 is the number to call. 091360000410 is the number to call. Send a WhatsApp message or a text message to 091360000430. Streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Send your comments using the live chat option. 1 minute is all you have for your submission. Tell me your name, where you're calling from, and let's hear what you have to say. Good morning to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. We can hear you.
My name is Samuel. I'm calling from ᴏᴜ
All right, welcome, Samuel.
Yes. Concerning the election in Osun State, I want to believe the spokesperson for APC is from another planet. He was talking as if he himself has not been involved in election in Nigeria at all. That people didn't come out, that they identify with APC. That was why they didn't come up. If this is the standard that has been set, if this is the precedence, so it be. In all the local government elections that have been conducted in Nigeria, where a majority of Nigerians, masses have participated massively, it should tell the whole Nigeria. Is it not aware that election rigging is the order of the day in Nigeria? Is it not aware that election vote buying is the order of the day in Nigeria? Why is it? Who is he deceiving? If the standard has been said that the state governor is the one conducting election, state electoral body is the one conducting local government election, and it happened in Osun State. So it be. There's nothing anybody can do about that.
Thank you so much for calling. Hello.
I mean, they should cool down because they started this problem we are facing in this Nigeria. 14th of January 2020, they removed number 1 in Ejoha and put number 4. 2 days ago, APC swept all the local government in Imo State. I remember Rivers followed. So the government should respect the status quo and the care of execution. They should reply a law. But if they do start trying, the Supreme Court, what they did in Imo State 14th of January 2020, in Zinoma, concerning Babangida, on the 23rd of June 1993, I was putting cassava. When my father sent us 15th of June to finish already, we call it Osajola. Babangida annulled the election. I hear 4 p.m. That's the 3rd of June 1993. I do have another election. It's not going to matter.
Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Gabriel from Abadu Crossing.
Welcome.
Yeah. The last election we did in Ogun State, same thing that happened. My government in Ogun State in Ogun, and we are doing a local government election here. So you understand me? They don't vote. They didn't do anything in Ogun State, but they announced that all of them are in the local government now. They are working. So what is happening in Osun? That one has gone. They have made the election. They have finished. Somebody cannot come and complain. Every state in Nigeria, wherever that vote, the government that votes the state, the government that will reach the election, they like to reach the election, they don't like the election, but they have done everything. Let us continue with our
Good morning to you.
Yeah, Peter Montes, my name from Shovolo.
Welcome.
Thank God Babangida has come out in his book, said Abiola won the election free and square. So Abiola is one of the presidents of Nigeria, ex-president, late president of Nigeria. I want to make a request to the whole world that if that has not been done, that should be done with immediate effect. Abiola's portrait, written the ex-president of Nigeria, whether president number 3, number 5, number 10, should go to National Museum. And then all the benefits accrued to ex-head of state and ex-president will be calculated from 1993 and be paid to Abiola family. And then Baba cannot give him, if he's still alive, to receive the same treatment. All that are true to the vice president should be given to him. I can't say they should bring him to power again because that has gone.
Thank you.
And then for the Igbos, thank God that the Babangida Sᴏᴜ is not an Igbo. It's just the name of Igbo.
Thank you.
So compensation for the Igbos.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Sage. My name is Maltinedu Obiang from
Good
Shaga.
morning. Nice to have you.
Thank you. You have beautiful topics, but there are no time to discuss them. But let me pick one or two. On the IBB revolution, one that 1996 coup wasn't an Igbo coup, but a Metu coup. Let Saka in Kano, Sokoto, Makode, how we were asked to be paid 20 pounds, no matter how much. That apart from that, Babangida is supposed to be languishing in jail now because of the atrocities. Then also on our extortion point, how many times have we said it? And I did tell you one of the days I was in your show, I said it takes 14 hours from Lagos to East.
Thank you for calling.
What are we saying? Is it now? The extortion is too much.
Thank you.
On Osun State, until this politician destroy this country, we will not wake up.
Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate your insight. Hello.
Now with Babangida's book, like I said the other time, honestly, Babangida should be made to pay for all the atrocities he has committed in this country. He devalued our currency and see where the naira that is powerful more than the dollars and the pound sterling. Babangida devalued it. He postponed the election 3 times. And he amounted money for it, and that the money was wasted. He killed the other family because if you are not that election, the incarceration of Abiola would not have happened. It would not have happened. The wife would not have died with some other people. And now it's a shameful thing that some people now are sitting down to clap for him. Honestly, it's a shame. And all of them should cover their face with shame.
Thank you for calling.
Or their face with shame. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning. My name is Peter Osifo. I'm calling from Abamjo, Kotu.
Welcome.
On Osun State, it is said in law that you cannot put something on nothing for it to stand. The appeal court judgment still stands. On the launching of the book, that is the autobiography of IPB, I want to speak on one misleading fact, which people are carrying out now, some parts of Nigeria are carrying out concerning that book. Especially when IPB said that the 1966 coup, the first coup was not an Igbo coup. That is not totally true. All the political scientists and government students, including yours, Mr. have learned in class is that the first coup, the Northerners saw those people who perpetrated that coup as murderers and butchers, while the Easterners or the Southerners regarded them as heroes. While in the second coup, the counter coup, the Igbo saw them as butchers and murderers, while the Northerners regarded those people who perpetrated the coup as heroes. Be that as it may, I want to go back to what IBB said concerning the annulment of June 12 when he brought Abacha inside. To me, that is also a lie, a big lie. And then for many Nigerians, anyway, let me conclude again by saying that for many Nigerians to compare the 2023 election and 1993 election, or some Nigerians as it were, is a big lie because the two are incomparable. The 1993 election was annulled, while the 2023 election was not annulled.
Thank you.
And the Supreme Court made us to understand that the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, won that election.
Thank you very much. I gave you more time because I needed to establish the point that you were driving at. Thank you for calling. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Baba, this is Chris. I'm calling from Ojo.
Welcome.
Yeah, I want to chime in on the Osun matter.
Okay.
For me, I think it just shows how divided we are as a nation. I think they are not there to serve the people. Some of them are being partisan, and it's quite understandable when you see Attorney General of the Federation receiving a statement concerning the Osun, trying to tell us what the court says and why the OCX should not go ahead with the election. It's quite shameful, to be sincere. Just before then, you saw the police. Also, what does it show? It shows that the information they are giving us is not truthful. You understand? This is fake. This is fake news. You understand? So all these it all boils down to one thing. These people they are being loyal to one. They are partisans. You understand? They have affiliation for a political party, and it shouldn't be so. It's shameful.
Thank you.
It's shameful.
Thank you.
It's quite shameful. I'm really disappointed.
You have a wonderful day. Thank you so very much for calling. I'll take 2 more phone calls so that we can at least read some messages that we've gotten so far. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sage.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Fiji.
Welcome.
In all of these things, let us be honest with ourselves. We are not going any and learning. We are not learning from history. We are building on these things that divide us every day. The way we channel things and the way we distribute justice and injustice, you will still see that the reflection of that old wound and distrust is still happening to us tomorrow. Some sections of the country are treated as sins, even as sinners. They are seen as sins. Some see themselves as superior to others. A constitution that do not support everybody as one. There is no country. Let's not just be saying because someone wrote a book. Those things you see are gathering of paying back. They gather to pay back a man who helped them. All the boys during that time gathered and said, okay, do something that will make us gather together and pay you. Let's forget about all these things. Human beings are running the country, not whatever we say we are saying or not. Now, who are we now? A man entering president, he carry all his brothers, follow himself. Because of distrust. A country where there is no trust, a relationship where there is no trust, there is no relationship. Let's not deceive ourselves.
Thank you very much.
Are you getting me?
I'm with you. Thank you so much for calling. Let's read a few messages, all right? I'll read first from WhatsApp. Okay, we do have on WhatsApp here. Please, why are so many of us complaining about the absurd and very irritating gathering of people who have contributed to the destruction of Nigeria and carrying us more than 100 years backwards in the name of a book launch of IBB? I'm surprised that even those that are still involved in this very obvious way of setting our democratic process backwards are complaining. And those who did the magic of the selective transmission of result of the election by the so-called IREV in 2023 election are also complaining about IBB and what he did against the nation. It's a big shame to all of us. Steve Oferi from Ijanikin with that message there on WhatsApp. We have Good Morning Mainland FM. The issue with the NNPC is not that they want to prevent monopoly, but their greediness and the money that they're making from importation will never allow them to tell us the truth. Then I was laughing with the APC media officer who said the election did not hold in Osun State. I want him to know that nothing is different from what the APC states are doing when it comes to local government election. Oshiodo Lawrence from Ajawo Estate. We have Awolo Christopher from Shogunle who says, the oil sector is run by cabals. Hence, we can never know how it operates until there is a total change of guard with people's integrity taking over power. On Osun State, I commend Governor Adeleke for conducting the LG election and paying APC back in its own coin. On the IBB book launch, he has done well. Let others write their own. It's safe for the annulment of June 12th election. IBB government remains the best in Nigeria. Most of the landmark development were made when he was head of state. Can we compare the government and what we have now? This is not a good government. Awolo Christopher from Shogunle. All right, thank you for your perspective on things. Good morning, Sage. My name is Muiwa. On the issue of IBB and the leaders in this country, we must have laws like death sentence for corruptible leaders like they do in China. Secondly, on the issue of Dangote Petrol and petrol marketers, let the government allow Dangote to sell or market his products in the country instead of waiting for these other marketers spoiling his product. Another message on WhatsApp. Good morning, Sage. The do-or-die attitude of the political class in winning election at all cost may likely set this country on fire. Why are all these power tussle, if not to control state resources by few characters at the detriment of poor people? Dr. Jonathan's counsel on the need for politicians to win or lose in an honoring manner has been dumped to the trash bin by the ruling class. Osun people should be allowed to enjoy democracy from local government to the state. Babangida's book has no positive historical references. Who killed Dele Giwa and who informed June 12 presidential election annulment? If it's not for selfish interest, Noah from Igondo sends that particular message. Good morning, dear presenter. Dangote refinery is a necessary evil that Nigerians have to live with, so as to patronize made in Nigeria goods and consume what is produced in the country like other developed countries are doing. The evil that is common with Dangote group of company is the product at first time of production is somehow affordable by average Nigerian, but will gradually leave their rich as the products continue to sell in the market. This is the reason Nigerians are skeptical about fully supporting Dangote refinery, and this concern is genuine and valid. Government should make sure that the refineries under their care are working optimally, and they should end fuel importation forever and ever by banning it. Bad followers will never produce good leaders. Nigeria will survive. Allah bless Nigeria. Rosenje Olawale Mutiu from Alapere. We have here. Good morning, Mainland FM. I'm Prince from Ojualaba, Lagos. Have you seen and read what a prominent religious leader has said? Hear this. The Qadi of Sharia Court of Appeal Kwara State, Justice Abdurrahim Sahi, has stated that the approval of state authorities or traditional rulers is not needed for Muslims to establish and operate Sharia arbitration panel in Southwest. Okay, thank you very much. This is not the focus of the day, but we appreciate you. It's a conversation we would raise later in the day. Let me take one more message so we can go back to taking phone contributions. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. It's worthy of note what prompted the IBB book launch and the Presidential Library. It was to resuscitate his waning political history. Concerning Osun State, it's surprising the high level of partisanship from security agencies and the AGF. It is a norm, this part of the world, where anybody manipulates himself to power. Every agency becomes boy to him, and people will be abandoned to their fate. If we don't get it right with our electoral acts, then we're chasing shadows. James from Agbado Junction. Hello, morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sir Babalola.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Shola.
Welcome.
I'm calling from Ikoton this morning. The gathering of this, I will call them the problems of Nigeria. I'm talking about IBB now. All those people that gathered, both present and past leaders, they are the same. And that is why we shouldn't be surprised that they are clapping for themselves and laughing, they are whining and dining. You know, so, and what I want to point out again is that they are a reflection of the kind of people they govern. I keep saying it that the people deserve the government they have. I've been with somebody before, you know, an average Nigerian, and he was telling me that what matters to him is if he and his family is okay. So you can see that this selfish way of reasoning, greediness is part of us. So we deserve all these people until we change our ways. Me, I'm going to be different from what many people say. We need to start the work from our mentality. We are so let's stand up for the truth. Let's be passionate about what is right. That's the solution. Thank you. God bless you.
And you too. Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, Madam Sage, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes. How's my friend Fuad?
He's fine.
Okay. Yes. On the issues we are discussing, I'm particularly interested in that of the former president, Ibrahim Babangida. You see, I think if you ask me, sincerely speaking, I would have preferred that Babangida would just keep quiet instead of stirring the honors dead, you know, because 32 years is too late for him to come out and start talking about what happened in June 12th. How many Nigerians are 32 years old? Most Nigerians were not, even almost half of Nigerian population did not witness what happened in June 12th. So for him to come out now with the agony and the suffering Nigerians are going through now, he ought to have kept it quiet. Just kept his peace. Let us face the country the way it is. He's coming out to talk about that election does not help our situation now, because his wife, Miriam, played a major role, and I don't think he wrote about his wife in that book. That is coming out is only for self-preservation. His wife was the major reason why the whole problem started.
His wife. What did she do?
Yes, William Babangida.
What did she do?
She was a drug pusher.
Oh, come. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Please. We've been having a great time this morning. I have loved the trajectory of the conversation this morning. Everybody has spoken. Let us be very, very careful. Did she push drugs to you? Did you buy drugs from her? Did she deliver drugs to you? Do you know? Were you there? How do you know? Based on what? We cannot make these assertions on radio. It is improper. It is improper and it is unacceptable. Do not come on a public platform and make an allegation of that magnitude if you cannot personally provide proof of your. It's okay to say, well, there were allegations. That's okay. It's an allegation and it's your opinion. But you cannot come and say as a matter of fact or speak authoritatively on an issue that you do not have any personal proof of on national radio. It is inappropriate. Please, let us have respect for ourselves. Let's have respect for the platform that we're speaking on and the thousands of people that are listening to us. A barrister, I do not know what to say, but this is very heartbreaking, especially because it's from you. You are a representative of the law and you know what the law says. Let me pause on calls for the minute for this time and just read Facebook messages. We have John Bernard Ohi. Good morning, Sage and Mr. Fuad. On the issue of Osun State, the APC should stop misleading the public by only talking about the judgment that they got from the appeal court. What about the judgments that sacked all of them in a suit filed by another party called APP? Have they vacated it? The answer is no. So APC should stop creating confusion. That particular message is from John Bernard Ohi. We have Eko Aqua. Good morning, crew. About IBB reign then. The worst was the killing of the best pilot in the world. Even Israel offered to buy him, but IBB refused and went ahead to kill the pilots. This is bad. Young people and soldiers died. Killing them was too much. All right, thank you very much. We have Basil Chika. I salute the courage of Ademola Adeleke for going ahead to conduct the local government election despite the distraction from the IGP and AGF, which I don't know the interest. I don't know the interest they're trying to protect. Is that what you're saying? You said secondly on IBB's autobiography, I sincerely got excited when he clarified that the 1967 coup wasn't an Igbo coup and not targeted to any region. Please, can you maybe rephrase this, your message? I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. It's a lot of errors in there and I'm reading verbatim, so I can't correct at the same time. So please, Basil Chika, if you can fix your message and resend it, I'll be more than happy to read it. We have Benjamin Ise who says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. To me, enough of the Dangote and NNPC up and down talk, enough of the deception of the Nigerian masses. We have the book launch of General Babangida. To me is more of raising fund than what IBB wrote in his book concerning the annulment of the June 12, 1993 election and others. IBB needs to appear on national television with an interpreter of Nigeria's major languages for all to understand what IBB wrote. Then Nigeria can decide. To me, I see a book of half-truth, which is equal to lies. I see a book of shedding crocodile tears. I see a book, and I have done what I have done. Nigeria, do your worst. All right, Benjamin from Shogunle there with a message. We have Kabiru Adegbenro. Good morning, Sage and Mr. Fuad. Honestly, IBB should face the law by now. That he just confessed that MQ Abiola won the June 12, 1993 election, which the federal government is causing confusion in Rivers State, Kano State, and now Osun State. These are all about 2027, and these are opposition state. Is this the kind of democracy that Tinubu fought for on IBB's confession? Instead of people to carry, I will not say what you said there, but then instead of people to do the needful as obtained in normal confession, they're busy clapping and donating money for him. Please, we do not advocate any form of violence. That's why I ignored that part of your message. Thank you very much. We have James Onwachi Ogbona. Sage, how are you? I greet you exclusively. There was an election in Osun State last Saturday. If the APC choose not to believe it, it won't change the fact that there was an election. The APC thinks they are the only ones who are smart. Sage, they should go to court if they are hurting. After all, that's what they always tell the opposition. If the PDP had approached urged the Supreme Court to cancel the appeal court ruling they probably may lose, so they decided to outsmart the APC by conducting said election. But to my surprise, it's with the speed at which they had given them certificate of return and how the governor had quickly sworn them in. That was very fast. Tell Peter Osifo to stop the PDP LGA chairman to remain till October. He should stop offending the sensibilities of families who lost loved one in 1993. James Ogbona from Oshodi. Well, please, everyone is entitled to their opinion, okay? Let's accommodate each other. We have Christopher F. Young who says, "Hello, Sage and Word of God. God bless you guys. Amen. NNPCL will continue to tell lies at the expense to justify importation of fuel into Nigeria. You say Osun State local government election. All this problem is as a result of bad leadership and corruption. Who will end the shame in our country, Nigeria, a country with a high level of intelligent people? We know to speak and to condemn this level of evil. For IBB, what he did to his country, only God can judge, because the collaboration of people in that book launch tells me that corruption in Nigeria is collective responsibility, and it did not start today. God bless my country, Nigeria, and God give us good leaders." All right, thank you very much. 0913-6000-410. That's the number that you call, and you can send a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0913-6000-430. We're talking about two conversations, the aftermath of some of the confessions, so to speak, that came out of the launch of the memoir of former military president IBB, A Journey in Service, the dissections that have followed it and some of the revelations that have trailed it. People have said quite a lot, and some people are asking for compensation, especially our brothers and sisters of Igbo extraction. 10 trillion naira is what they are demanding, because IBB has said the coup that happened at that time was not an Igbo coup. What are your thoughts on the revelations? What are your thoughts also about the calls for prosecution of former military president IBB? And also, we're talking about the Osun State local government election, the position of the APC, the position of the PDP themselves, and also the fact that the judiciary is being called to question. We need to separate the office of the AGF and the Minister of Justice. There should be no interference of the executive in the election of the local government. Allow them to run their operations. They would give you feedback on what happens in their states, but you do not make decisions on behalf of the local government, especially when it comes to selecting their leaders. These are the two stories we're talking about this morning. Let's hear your perspective. 0913-6000-410. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Morning. I really appreciate you. What is my best person analyzing on Lɪਧᴇ. I really appreciate that guy. God continue to protect him and guide him.
Amen.
I'm Abdullah Gani is my name. I'm calling from Oshodi.
Welcome.
The thing that baffled me in that IBB book launch, it was very shocking to see an adult and a people that are, it's very, very unfortunate. I don't know whether these people don't think other worlds are watching them. The thing that baffled me, what the IBB said in that book that was so good that people are now clapping and are now clapping for it. It is very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. And saddening. The thing that happened that many people died, and that person is now talking and people are now clapping. What is amazing them? It's very, very unfortunate, and it's a shame to these politicians that we have in Nigeria. These people, they're supposed to be banned not to enter any advanced country. It's a shame, very shameful and disgraceful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. Hello.
Morning to you, Good
morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Fᴏᴜᴜ calling you from Amwada.
Yes.
I think we, the indigenous of Osun State, we don't want to become a graveyard. And both the governor, the local government, they are product of the judiciary. The government comes to power through Supreme Court after the final judgment. If the appeal court not give judgment against our court, it can be federal high court, it can be state high court, but the appeal court superior to other state courts. What I'm talking about? And it is the appeal court this Friday. Why can't my governor wait till October before you elect another local government? What did you tell them yesterday? That I saw you now. Be your perfect house to operate. Can it happen? You leave the secretariat. You should be in the house. And how many months you remain to get October now? What are you talking about?
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you for your insight. Let's take more phone calls. Hello.
Good morning, Faith. This is Ajay from Agari Junction.
Welcome.
So my point on the election, local government election at Osun State, was the fact that the election, anybody that is under the government of any leadership becomes partisan. Now, if the IG can withdraw the officers from that state, then what becomes of people if there is any breaking of law and order in that state? What becomes the fate of the people? Now you can see how these people go about making life difficult for people. And someone was arguing that someone is coming to the public to tell lies. Please, so if I may ask, can you count the number of lies only on Dangote refinery have been told by this government? Can you count the number of lies? Because I know if there are people manufacturing and producing lies, it's no other party but APC. But I am now talking about another party telling lies. Now on IBB book launch, what unfolded, you can see the caliber of people that was represented there. It's unfortunate. Although one thing that I picked from there is that he exonerated the Igbos. They are not the plan of that 1996 coup. 1986 coup. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Hello. Hello.
Good morning. My name is Robert.
All right. Welcome.
We should wait for the judgment of appeal court according to Piswas. Is it the same court, the same judiciary that Dele Faro Tini wrote about the corruption, the massive corruption, the judiciary that we should be waiting for a bit? But when APC clear some states, they were happy for them. They will come to Shuma, somebody is here, this Nigeria. We boss one day. I know that for sure. Thank you.
All right then. Thank you for your perspective on things. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning to you.
My name is Raf, calling from Salt.
Welcome.
Yeah, what's happening on two states is not different from what happened in 2023 election. All I see here is people learning from their masters, and it has started because Nigerians don't value courts. Anything about court order. Imagine in Nigeria now where different courts do different interpretation, different things. So whoever like that obeys the law, nobody cares. They learn from their masters. It's not different from what happened in Anambra, what in River State, in other states, it's started in Lagos State. So a lot of us learn how to condemn something that is condemnable. Let's not allow abnormality to become normal. Not that when you fall to your side, you obey law. When you fall to that side, you cause that thing. Let's condemn what is condemnable. If not, all of us are in need. God bless us.
Bless you too. Thank you very much. Hello. Please, I need you to turn down the volume on your radio. Can you do that, please?
Okay.
I'm waiting for you.
I'm calling from Abara. Simon is my name.
All right.
I'm talking of IBB. IBB, we were the one who pursued IBB from the office. By then, I was in Port Harcourt when he annulled the June 12 election. So he would have told us that time that it is not fair for him to annul that June election. And for the NNPC, let me let people know, all the people that have served in NPC for 30 years, they have cargoes. So all the cargoes they have were the ones that normally ship in. The crude oil we have here, they will take it abroad, refine it, and bring it back to. I have people who work there for years. So let us not be lying to ourselves. Thank you.
Okay, so you're also alleging, because I believe that it was Adams Oshiomhole who made this allegation early in the year. So thank you very much. We hear you. Hello. I need you to turn down the volume on your radio, please. Hello. Hello. Okay, call me back if you have the chance to. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
This is Oluwajoy.
Welcome.
The book launch, we can see now that the elites are very, very organized in this country. They are very organized, and they get us, the commoners, disorganized. And we allow ourselves to be disorganized and to be having their ways. If Abacha was the book would have taken that direction. Nobody would have put all the blame on him. He too would have written a book, and he would have told us that he never knew anything about the death of Kudrat Abiola. And so people have gathered as well to donate naira. So there are two people in this country, the elite and the commoners. The elite political business, they are very organized. They only disagree that we fight, we get ourselves and everything. And also, we don't need to be arguing again. If the appeal cost is superior to that of high court, because our level of hypocrisy, we support things that suit our analysis on one side, and we condemn it elsewhere.
Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate you. We can't take any more phone calls, so we'll just finish with messages. We have a message on WhatsApp here. Hold on. Mobutu from Festac says, Sage, you pushed Barrister Oko to say that on friendly radio comment by asking him what IBB wife did. I don't like you blaming him towards something that you caused. You're very funny, Mr. Mobutu. Somebody calls on radio. So why do you think Mr. Mobutu is responsible? Did you see him there? Did you see him mobilizing anyone? So an inquiry is now considered me pushing somebody to make unfriendly comments on radio. Okay. Thank you for your logic. It's a very brilliant one. Thank you very much. We have another message here. Good morning, Mainland FM. I'm Don Peters from Osaka, Japan. I've listened to you people on the roundtable yesterday, and concerning the book of the former Nigerian leader, I am in Japan now, and I have not seen the book or read it. But from what I'm hearing from analysis in Nigeria and what I've read online, I believe every content of that book. Why? Because even the holy book, some people still don't believe in it. Very good for our former leader. We, the Igbos, demand an absolute apology from Nigeria media for labeling it an Igbo coup, and we demand and comment. We Nigerians want to change them totally. On Osun State, the local government election have been won by the PDP. The APC in Osun State should accept defeat. Melvin from Ikeja. We have here Babalola. Somebody said IBB killed the Bartes pilot. You should have asked him for evidence. Just his best friend. I can't remember the name of that, his friend now, the one that was accused of planning a coup. That pilot was amongst the soldiers that were executed alongside him. You should have actually asked questions. These aside from his friend, the one that they went to school together, I don't know why his name is eluding me right now. I'm not very good with names. The one that was executed for planning a coup. There were also young soldiers. There were a number of soldiers that were also executed alongside him, and he was a pilot. That's what he's referring to. I know what he's referring to. But thank you very much for raising it. We have another one here. Babangida is today confessing, and tomorrow Mahmoud will tell us his thoughts concerning 2023 general election. The real Igbo man like myself wants a better Nigeria of equality and fair play. Elder Godwin Emechuku from Ogun State. We have here, good morning. It has become the tradition that any state ruling party wins all the local government election, irrespective of opposition. So we need electoral reforms across board. And for the IBB book, I want to ask, what was the real reason why June 12 election was annulled? What are the measures that we should put in place to avoid such repeating anytime there's a leader in power? We should know that it's not a mistake to make a mistake, but it's a mistake to repeat the same mistake. Emeka Moses from Lagos. We have here, good morning, this is Doyen. If Babangida said he's not the killer of Delegiwa, he's lying. Why is he just coming out on the issue now that he's near 90 years old? Delegiwa was killed on October 1986, and he was just defending the fact now in 2025, and still on the 17 billion that was donated to him in a few hours. Nigeria, my country. Thank you very much. We have here, hold on a second. Good morning, Sage. Governor Fubara of River State disobeyed court order with no immediate consequence. Governor Kwebolo of Edo disobeyed a court order with no consequence. Why won't Governor Adeleke of Osun do the same? It's obvious that our leaders are nothing but the accurate reflection of the followers as an average Nigerian. They are never law-abiding. The more reason they will cross on the highway where there's a flyover, call into radio stations with their radio causing interference, despite being told severally not to do so. Until we change from our ways, there's no good leader would emerge from us. Bad followers never produce good leaders. Nigeria will survive. Thank you very much, Michu, for my Blackberry. We appreciate you. I'm sorry I can't take any more messages. We are out of time, but thank you so very much for your participation. We appreciate you. And once again, as much as we're passionate about the things that we want to come and say on radio, we need to be very, very careful. And again, asking us not to say certain things is not an opportunity or an attempt to silence us. It just means that we have to be respectful. The same way we ask our leaders to be accountable, I'm asking us to be accountable as well. Let's take this break. We'll be back at 10 for Global View. This is where we analyze international stories here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Please stay with us.
Chai, my head, oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? Eh?
My village people don't come again, oh.
This one with your body hot so, you don't do test?
Yes, see result oh.
Oga landlord, no be your village people